Getting better starts with a commitment to ourselves, a promise to evolve, learn, and grow together. Because collaboration is our greatest strength. When we work together, we solve problems. We turn setbacks into stepping stones. Push through adversity. See challenges as an opportunity. A way forward. Because our actions together ripple.
Are we good to fire? Yep.
And as we get better, we transform, improve, and we inspire change.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the fourth and last presenter of the night. So my name is Juan Duran. Welcome to my presentation. Cree en ti y todo será posible. Believe in yourself and everything will be possible. I'm a mechanical engineer by training. I work at Sandia National Laboratories. I work for the Department of Surety Mechanisms. And welcome to GMiS. I'm a 2016 GMiS scholar. Happy to be here. And all I can say is I was once in your shoes, and I believe in the power of dreams, and dreams come true. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So I'm going to give you a little bit of the background of me, the life of an immigrant. I was born in El Paso, Texas. I was raised right across the border in Juarez, Mexico. I went to school in Mexico. I learned the differences. First picture on the left, you can see me in pre-K. And at 15, I decided to come to the US and pursue in search of new opportunities. But growing up, my parents gave us all they could. We had a great support system at home. I was born to a proud Mexican family, secure in the knowledge that I was loved. So I came to the United States, immigrated, enrolled myself in high school. My parents at the time were not able to cross the border, so I had to go and do it by myself. Enrolled in high school, started at Bowie High School, a high school that was 97% Hispanic population. And I placed in the lowest English level. And one of the things that defined myself is that I was afraid. You can see the picture in the middle. Look at my face. I mean, you can tell right away I was afraid of being sent back. I was afraid of failing. But one thing defined Juan at the moment, and my mindset was very clear. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to make my parents proud, and that for every sacrifice that my parents did for me and my brother, that was going to be a reward. So, like I said, I placed in the lowest English level. I went from being an ESL student to being an AP student in 2 years. I was fluent by senior year, probably about 2 years, and I encountered many angels that supported me along the way. My teachers, my counselors, they pulled me out of class. They knew I had a good GPA, so they said, hey, let's bring him in and have him with scholarships. And that's what I did. So for me, I'm amazed about the great opportunities that I was given here in the US to receive an excellent education. But the path wasn't always linear. Initially, I was afraid. I was a quiet guy that didn't really articulate. I would listen, and I would carry a dictionary, and my friends would make fun of me. I didn't care. I had this mindset of, okay, if there's one word that I write down, go back home, look it up, and know the meaning of it, it's going to be one less word that I have to worry about. So that mindset, kind of, in the small wins, gave me the strength. But more importantly, the great support system that I had at home. I was afraid, and learning, anyone coming, and maybe you guys can relate, anyone coming from a different place, learning, had to face learning, new culture, new traditions, new language, and I didn't feel I belonged. I remember one time I was doing my geometry homework, and I was pretty good at math, but I wasn't able to understand the problem. And I was, okay, I told my mom, you know what? I want to quit. I was so frustrated, I wasn't able to get it done. She turned back to me and said, Juan, sé paciente. She said, be patient. She told me, be patient. If there's anything in life that is worth pursuing, that is worth having, you need to make a sacrifice. And I can hear her voice just saying that, and I continue to apply those principles. And in my mind, my education was my first priority, and I just want to let them know, I just want to let my parents know that I was there for a reason, and that I was on my way to make them proud. So my new teachers and new friends, when I joined Bowie High School, they encouraged me to become involved in my community. And I did. I tried, like I said, I was not I was an introvert, but I wasn't really the outspoken one that would articulate every time. So I joined as many extracurricular activities as I could. I joined the math club. I won various competitions locally. I joined the National Honor Society because of my grades. I joined Close Up for New Americans, where I was selected for a one-week study session in Washington, D.C., just to learn about the importance of and inner workings of our government and community involvement. We did a couple of things with that organization, and I still talk to my English professor because she was the one who selected me, and I had a great time. The Juan that you see in the middle picture changed a lot, and I owe it to the angels, to my professors. Mrs. Sue Hudson, she managed to move me around and put me in in English, regular English by year number 3. So I'm still thankful. We got to do amazing things. We painted houses of disabled citizens in the El Paso community. We were able to provide food during Thanksgiving at the El Paso Convention Center. So those opportunities gave me self-confidence, gave me the strength to keep going. In 2007, my dedication and commitment paid off. I graduated with honors with the 3rd highest GPA, and I accessed 5 major scholarships. I didn't have to worry about anything. My education was my top priority, and I didn't have to pay for a single class. I didn't have to spend a penny. So it gave me the opportunity to get a better future, and to be able to secure a job after graduation. So in 2012, I graduated with a bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and in 2016, I graduated with a master's in mechanical engineering, but the path again was not always linear. So I want to talk about a little bit about my road to Sandia. It was difficult. After graduating, I had a great GPA, but still, I struggled to find the right job. And I was in your shoes. I came to GMiS multiple times, and I'm a 2016 GMiS scholar as well. And my legs would shake when coming up to a recruiter because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to speak. Even though you've done your homework, you don't know what to say. So landing a career at Sandia, I interviewed in 2013, and the managers at the time said, you only have a bachelor's degree. And I said, well, if there's the slightest chance that I can get that opportunity with a bachelor's degree, I'll take that. What do you guys think was the response? I never heard back from them. But I did something, in my mind, good. I met the HR recruiting specialist, Ana Garcia, who happens to be here in the audience, and I saved her contact information. And for every move I made, I updated Ana. For every move that I made, I decided to go back to school and enroll in a graduate program, I updated Ana. I got an opportunity with NASA Marshall Space Flight Center to support the U.S. space program, I updated her. I got 3 more scholarships, one from the UTEP College of Engineering, one from GMiS, and from SHEP, I updated her. By the time of graduation, a different story would paint for me. I was ready, had three offers lined up, one with Naval Earth Systems as a propulsion engineer, another one with NASA Glenn over in Ohio as an aerospace engineer, and one with Sandia National Laboratories. And you guys know the outcome of that. So once I made it to the labs, it took me 4 years to get my foot in the door at the labs. And you may wonder, you may think about, okay, so Juan made it to Sandia, a national laboratory, one of the first, the first aerospace corporation for the United States back in World War II, and he can sit back and relax. That was not the case for me. I made it to Sandia, and everything else that I've done felt like practice. Like I had not, everything was just preparation for me to make it to the labs. At the time, so I joined as a surveillance propulsion engineer, and it was difficult. I had product realization team leads that had high expectations of me. And high expectations to me to keep product moving. We're talking nuclear safety components that keep weapon systems safe. Picture that. So there's millions of dollars worth of product, and not only money, but there's human beings that if anything happens to those systems, we want to keep them safe, but we want to keep them reliable. So for me, it was difficult because just making decisions about product, it involves, you have to wear many hats. You have to be well-versed in mechanical, electrical, computer science. You have to be well-versed in nuclear safety, reliability, and so on. I wasn't ready at all. They threw me in, and I was drinking from the fire hose, as some of the Sandians often refer to. You're drinking from the fire hose, a lot of information is thrown your way. It's just like throwing spaghetti at the wall. Whatever sticks, whatever doesn't, good for you. You're moving on. So it was difficult. And just to refer to some of the pictures, the bottom one is when I came. Like I said, I was in your shoes. I was making connections with the recruiters. I didn't know what to say. Middle one, I presented my graduate research from the National Science Foundation in electroceramics, and those kinds of things gave me a sense of understanding what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to industry and work and support a mission that was bigger than myself. And then the last one was a competition that I won at the directors meeting in Virginia. So again, being at the labs was a difficult undertaking. A couple years later, so I had to push harder than ever before. And it seems like when you make it to a given place and you made your dream come true, you think that you can sit back and relax. That's not the case. I think that once you're closer to your dream, that's when you have to push harder than ever before. And I did. So a couple years back, 4 years ago, my manager at the time said, "Hey Juan, we have an opportunity for you to become a PRT lead, a product realization team lead, where you have to be in charge of a multidisciplinary team from many different engineering disciplines." And I said, "Richard, I don't think I'm ready. So I'm going to go back and think about it." And he said, "One thing, I want you to think about what's best for you, what's best for Juan, what's best for the Duran family." And I said, "Okay, I'm going to go back." Deep inside me, I didn't want to have that responsibility. I went back home, talked to my wife, and I said, "Why not? Let's just give it a shot." And one of the things that I want to reemphasize And the topic of this presentation is believe in yourself. Many people are going to believe in you. Many people are going to push you. You're going to find angels. You're going to have your teachers, your counselors, your professors. Many people are going to believe in you. But if you don't set your mind to it, if you do not believe in yourself, if you're not willing to put in the work, if you're not willing to put in the effort, if you're not willing to sacrifice things, I learned that it's so hard for anybody to accomplish anything in life. So at the bottom, there's a 2024 symposium, mechanism symposium that we have on a frequent basis. So all the folks that you guys see in the picture are from a combination from Sandians and a combination from people at the Kansas City National Security Campus. We work with them. We are the design agency, and they're the production agency. So we work on a daily basis with them, and we try to meet every couple of years so we convene and discuss our problems and the things that we face, the challenges, and the lessons learned. So at the top, I'm a true believer of the power of dreams. I strongly believe in having a strong support system in the family, so I created a family of my own. My 2 boys and my wife, to whom I owe many of my successes, couldn't be here, but they're cheering for Dad at home. So just, if I think about it, so I started from humble beginnings. We didn't own a brand new house or a brand new vehicle when growing up. And I see your faces. I see that, some of the times I support the recruiting team, and they come up to me and say, hey, how many faces do you remember when you go back home? And I'm like, I remember a couple of you guys. I do. So the only way that I find to pay it forward for the great, excellent education I've been given is to pay it back to my community, to create opportunities for you guys that are working hard and making every effort to stand out from the crowd. If I could point you to the picture at the top, we had a resume building workshop 2 weeks ago. And the idea behind the workshop is to give students the tools that they need for resume writing. We're not giving a class. I don't remember taking a class on resume writing when I was in college. You just basically have to learn on the get-go. And you have to learn from the get-go, and those kinds of tools are going to set you apart from the crowd. So we hosted a 2-hour session. About 85 people showed up. Last year we had a little bit more audience, about 144 people, but it was a great event. And I'm always thankful for those opportunities. So, and this is the way that I find to connect with my people, my folks, my beginnings. And it reminds me a couple of things. One, where I come from. 2, that the many challenges, adversities, and difficulties that I went as a minority. And 3, that the true limit is the sky. So I think that we as young professionals have the responsibility to guide the next generation. And you may wonder why. Because you guys are the ones that are going to be running this place, making decisions. So we have to make sure that you guys are well equipped.